Well, what a start. Let's rewind that a little bit. Welcome to the Top 12 show. It's the 1st of November and it's Club Rugby Live, and we are live right now on Facebook. And of course, you can catch this on YouTube a little later. But we want to welcome each and every one of you that is going to be watching this. You can hit us up in the comment section as well. We're going to be doing this for the duration of the Top 12. So hit us up with your comments. Let us know what's been happening at your club. And of course, speaking of the top 12, we've got to speak about the Boland Rugby Union top 12. I mean, it's the best competition in the world. And with me tonight, Lucian is out on assignment. So you've got to get the entire crew in. And JP Kellerman is with me today. Was just like a live on Facebook. How's it, JP?
Nee, is kan nie kla nie. It's good to be here. Good to chat some club rugby as well as the Boland Top 12, which we've been experiencing the last week or two, and some scintillating rugby that we've been seeing.
Yeah, it's been beautiful indeed, and you guys can get into the action, like I said, on or in the comment section. Me and you were privileged to go to an SABC sports game this weekend. Absolutely fantastic vibe out in Wellington. Vegkoppie. Dan raak altyd daar roses bo.
Yeah, no, it was a good experience. I think something for me coming from Western Province and just experiencing the Boland vibe, the singing, the culture, which is something we were lacking on this side. So for me, it's always amazing to see how passionate the people are, and obviously they know their rugby.
Ja, hulle ken hulle rugby. Lekker rugby gewees Saterdag in Wellington. Baie warm gewees in Wellington.
Ja, ek dink ek het nou nog my koppie is nou nog gesmeer van Saterdag af, maar ons is hier, het was lekker warm gewees.
Ja, nee, het was lekker warm en die aksie was ook lekker warm. Ons gaan 'n bietjie kyk na highlights en natuurlik moet ons kyk wat gebeur het in Mamasbury, Wesbank en Citrusdal, en ook daar was 'n groot game in Montetjie. Saldanha back with a bang. Hulle het gespeel daar en hulle het gewen daar. Kyk so 'n bietjie hierso.
Die scrumskakel van Montetjie klap. Maar die bal ingooi. Maar Saldanha wat so mooi scrum. Bal is afgeneem deur die Emil Boys en maar Saldanha steel mooi. Die manne wat aan hoog rank. Bal is weer eens afgeneem deur Saldanha. Montetjie klap wat nie hulle eie lyn staan kan bemeester nie. Saldanha wat dan goed doen. Die nommer 9 speel daar aan nommer 12. 12 gee die bal vir die nommer 2. Maar as die akker gaan vorentoe. Deur 'n halwe gat. Die scrumskakel speel die nommer 10. Hy speel die nommer 1 stit. Wat sommer so 2 man saam met hom vat. Bal beskikbaar vir Saldanha. Die nommer 4 slot speel daar nommer 5. Hy speel daar aangee. Nommer 11. Dis die vleuel wat getackle word daar deur John Daniels. John Daniels wat hom sê, kyk Boeta, ek is hier vir besigheid.
Advantage offside.
Die skerjette wat sê, Cleave Malgas, jy's offside. Saldanha wat aanval. Montetjie wat reeds offside speel. Dis steeds Saldanha. Saldanha se flank. Hy's nog steeds op pad vorentoe. Dit bly dan Saldanha. Saldanha wat speel. En as die 12 center wat so maak weer aangee.
Away.
Steeds Saldanha se nommer 3 stit. Hy's vorentoe. En hy druk die 3. Saldanha wat onmiddellik voorloop met 12 punte teenoor 0. Hierdie oomblik beskou word as speler van die wedstryd, moet dit gaan tussen hy en die 6 flank. Maar as steeds Saldanha wat vorentoe gaan. Dit bly Saldanha wat vorentoe gaan. Saldanha wat aan die bal word gedruk in die hoekvlag. Saldanha wat dan voorloop met 29 punte. Maar die skeieregter sê die bal is afgeneem deur Montetjie klap. Hulle het die geleentheid om punte aan te teken. En die ander kry die Ryan Jones. Hy word getackle deur Rian Lou. Ryan Jones met John Daniels. Daar staan die vleuel en hy trap die 3. Montetjie klap wat terugslaan.
So hoë skop, lyk soos die hele agter. Kenneth Dirks wat daarin opvat. Hy speel hom nou sy agterlyn. Kyk net daar so skepskop poging van ver af. En hy tref hom suiwer. Wat 'n skop. Net toe ek sê die man kan namaak. Kyk net daar. Markoon wat ingooi. Losmaal beweging. Dryfmaal beweging, jammer. Die Lemoene wat die rooi masjien bietjie op die agtervoet druk. Nie idee waar die bal op die oomblik is nie. Maar nee man, die Citrusdallers het hom en hulle gaan nog steeds vorentoe. Springbok dryfmaal beweging hier so deur die Citrusdallers. Gaan hulle tot by die doellyn dryf. Pedro wat lyk nee. Nee. Hy sê wag. Hier kom hulle. Hier dryf hulle. Hier is moeilikheid. Kyk net daar, straf 3 Citrusdal net so terug in hierdie wedstryd. Hier is moeilikheid. Die Citrusdallers. Hulle maak moeilikheid net buite toe. Laaste aangee. Pragtige 3 deur die Citrusdallers. Dit is Winfried Fransman. Heel wedstryd heel stil gewees. Citrusdal het oorgevat. Maar nou dat hulle voorloop, is hulle kykie van die baan. Opgepak. Liedeman van die Westhuizen. Gevaarlike man op die punt. Dalton de Tooi. Is die groot kaptein. Denver Andrew wat die bal opvat. So 'n bietjie regop ingegaan in die kontak daar. Baie swak aangee, maar dit kan moeilikheid veroorsaak. Opgepik, Doris. Snaakse jakkelsdraadjie wat hy daar maak. Paar skuins hoppies. Soos 'n haas in die jagveld. Opgepik deur Citrusdal.
Well, we're back and we are live. I don't know where, but we are live somewhere. Somewhere out there, let us know where you are watching from, where you tuned in from. Hit that comment button. Drop us a something there, and yeah, we'll be sure to find out. We might be in Eastern Europe or somewhere, JP.
Yeah, I think we're somewhere in daylight savings time. So
most of that might just be the case. Well, we just saw a couple of highlights from Westbank and Citrusdal, and of course Saldanha with a big victory over Montague. There's a couple of things that we need to take care of. We want to have discussion, create value, create a platform where us as qualified coaches and even you, coach at home, can come and have a chat with us, JP. You know? We want to always add value, and that's why we are going to go into Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner is the place where coaches get together. We have discussion around every aspect of the game, not only between the lines, but also off it as well. But tonight, we're going to be focusing, JP, on what happened between the lines. There's something interesting that you took out of the Westbank Citrusdal game. And I feel it's an aspect of the game that is, it's getting to the point where a lot of people should understand the importance of this set phase of play. But it's all yours, Coach.
Yeah, so first of all, those of you watching, coaches as well, I think the set piece, specifically the line out, she's super important. And when we look at that clip, just referring back to the clip in the Citrusdal game where they scored a maul try, it was actually a penalty try eventually, but it was just outside of the 22. And the important thing of the maul that a lot of people don't understand, it's not about rushing it, which in that clip we saw they were going at 100 miles an hour. However, if you set, if the jumper goes up and the supporters are nice and tight, you've got about 1 or 2 seconds to sack that maul. If you don't sack that maul, then the attacking team has, the privilege, or the attacking team can actually attack, and the law protects them. And then in that, we saw a 20-meter maul. Eventually, Westbank, they struggled, they couldn't stop it, and the referee gave a penalty try. So, especially in the Boland, and I mean, we've done a couple of games where I've seen that aspect is a bit lacking. And So it's so important to make sure you're nice and tight. Even if you're looking at the Stormers in Europe, the Springboks, the maul, even if you look at Varsity Cup,
Yeah.
the mauls are so important. So I think that is an aspect specifically in the Boland that we need to look at and make sure that it starts with the weather conditions. It starts with the throw-in. It starts with making sure the gap between the two lines are big enough, because even though there's wind, because as you saw on the highlights, wind plays a massive factor.
That was crazy.
It's
The wind
so
was
important,
crazy.
like when you throw the ball over the 5 meter, irrespective of what happens after that, the ball is straight. And from there we can go. But we've seen guys going for the tail ball, going for the back ball in the wind. So what I would advise coaches out there, look at your shorter lineouts. Look at your 4-man, look at your 5-man. There was one of the games where they actually had a 4-man as well, in the Robertson game as well, that we done, the Rangers game. And they also mauled for 20 meters. So the maul is super important, but the detail.
Yeah.
The detail is so important, Hershey.
It's all about the detail, and I fully agree with you, because for myself as a coach, I used to tell my forwards, and we used to bank on the 2 E's is what I used to call it. When it comes to mauls, when it comes to the lineout itself and the scrums, it's all about effective execution.
Yeah.
How important is it? Is all the little things, all the small nitty gritty detail, to effectively execute a good line-out and then driving.
So I think for me, there's a couple of principles you need to look at. You need to set first. As an attacking team, you need to look for space. Now, when we look at the games, there's no scanning, there's no space, and then obviously the 5 lock, which is the guy with the vision, you need to look at the space, you need to scan, and then you manipulate or move into that space. Now, in the Boland at the moment, there's not a lot of movement in the lineup. The guys just set and jump, irrespective of who's sitting next to them. They just jump. So
it's
that
almost,
is.
sorry, Jake, it's almost like there's not really a set plan in place. You know.
So, but it's important to look at the picture. What am I referring to? The picture. You can have a set plan in place, but when you get to the line out and the picture changes, what are you going to do? So you need to then be able to move into space, get your ball, and if you move into space, it's easier to maul. That's why we don't see a lot of maul tries in the Boland, because everybody's jumping where the opposition is, but they're not jumping into space. And if you're jumping into space, you're getting the movement, and when the maul is going forward, guess what? You can't sack it, as I mentioned previously. So that is super important, to make sure you go into space. And when you go into space, you take it from there. And then let's look at the off-the-top ball. The lineout is not over when you deliver until you deliver the quality, the OT or the off-the-top ball. So we can go a lot more into this, but I think that is just the basic thing. Set first, get the movement, go into space, and make sure when you lift and you come down, you need the anchors. The supporters need to be nice and tight and protect the jumper. And that is something we're going to have to look in the next couple of weeks, maybe for the coaches out there, is to put attention to those details, because that can basically be the cause of you dominating a game.
And then, I mean, the coaches out there, you guys can drop us a comment. Laat weet vir ons, hoe coach julle mauls, wat gaan aan gedurende die oefeninge. Want ek is van hy opinie dat mens moet goedjies opbreek en opverdeel in mini-units.
100%.
En hoe belangrik is daai mini-unit skills vir iets soos 'n maul? Because 'n pack forwards bestaan uit 8 spelers. You know, sometimes you can't use it as a collective. Jy moet hulle opbreek in klein mini-units. How important is that, especially for the maul? Because you're not going to have just a full line-out. Jy gaan soms met 'n klein 3-man, so som van die ouens wat nou baie braaf is soos ek, gaan hy 2-man line-out vat, you know? So hoe belangrik is hy mini-unit aspect in die line-out en in die maul?
So om dit op te breek, jy gaan in groepe van 2. Hoeveel ouens het jy nodig om te spring? 3. So ons noem dit core skills. Ek en jy het hieroor gesels, of die core skills is belangrik, en as elke ou sy rol kan vertolk, menende, as ons lig, die ouens wat lig, kom ons gaan 'n bietjie na Engels toe. When we lift, you need to be on the balls of your feet, you need to be on the toes, on your toes. When you come down, then you need to latch. But the thing is, we're looking at in and out, but our detail is not right. The throw is skew. Then we're looking at a timing. Or we're looking at, so let's break it up. The front ball we call a throw, basically a jump throw. Meaning the jumper goes first, then the hooker goes. Middle and back, we're looking at a throw jump. Meaning, while the opposition is still looking, the attacking guys can move, and then it's the hooker throws, and then they jump. So the reason why I'm referring to those things, because that's when you action beats reaction. So that is when you go into space and stuff. So I think the core skills and the mini units is super important. However, if you don't do that, you can't get the end result, which is winning the ball, dominating the ball, or playing from the set piece. Because what is the goal of a lineout to the coaches out there? The goal of the lineout is to win the ball back.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at contesting lineouts, it's an opportunity to get a turnover. And I mean, sometimes we forget it. People rest or people panic. No. If it's your ball, Hershey, guess what? I want to come and I want to put you under pressure.
Yeah.
And if it's my ball, I want to do as much as possible to get the ball without pressure. So, once again, there's so much more to this, but there's just a couple of things for coaches out there that you can look at, and if you can execute that, you've got a solid base to play from.
I'm gonna just ask this. Ek weet as baie van julle coaches, ek was een van hulle wat ongelukkig nie 'n expert of 'n professional line-out coach gehad het of 'n ou wat net kyk na spesifieke aspekte van die game nie. En baie van die clubs, JP, aan die Boland het ons nog net 'n forwards coach, backline coach en die head coach het alles mekaar bring. So net so bietjie 'n bietjie ons goudjies daar vir die ouens wat nou as 'n forward coach alleen moet werk by die line-out. Wat kan hulle verbeter om hulle oefening en die standaarde van die mauls en die line-outs beter te maak?
Ek dink dis altyd belangrik om realisties te wees. Wat het jy?
Ja.
Want byvoorbeeld, as jy 'n span het wat nie lengte het nie, kom ons sê jou slot is almal 1.8, 1.9, maar hulle skraal en hulle kan beweeg. What is the positive thing? You can do movement. You can beat, like for me, at UWC, I coach on movement, space and movement, because I don't have length. So then you can shorten up the line and you can move into space. If you've got the length, then you need to make sure that obviously you throw the target, you hit the target. So just in terms of that, but first of all, look at what you have and then better yourself. Because that's super important, because we as coaches, we don't want to better ourselves, we want to blame the players. Ja, maar hulle het so gespeel, ek het vir hulle mooi gecoach, nou kan ons weer nie nou. You need to become better, because guess what? If you are better, your players are better, and every day they come, they're learning. So for me, I need to get better.
Yeah.
When I chat again next week or in 2, 3, 4 weeks' time, I need to be better, and that is the important thing.
Yeah.
If the coaches are better, guess what? The players will become better, and very important, I'm coming back to the core skills and the micro skills which you spoke about. If we can improve those aspects, it's going to be much better for the team as a whole.
Well, there you've got it from the expert. And we're going to be touching base on quite a few things. So as julle enigiets het, enige kommentaar het, as julle enige iets wat julle wil by-add, laat weet vir ons in die comment section en stuur vir ons 'n inbox. Ons gaan nou vir die volgende paar weke lekker gesels. Nie net oor die lineouts en die mauls nie, maar dit is 'n belangrike aspek van die game. En baie van die lineouts het in disarray gegaan in die games. Van die ouens draai TV rugby speel man. En jy kan nie 'n backball gooi in 'n wind, in 'n crosswind wat so Saterdag in die game wat ons was, wat so gewaai het dat daar was 4 of 5 lineouts in die eerste helfte wat disarray gegaan het. Instead of doing the effective simple thing, the basic thing first, we just need to get the ball back first. That's it. You know. So ja, julle moet vir ons laat weet as julle verskil van ons. Is altyd lekker om ander mense se opinies te hê. So stuur af vir ons 'n boodskapie en so aan en ons
ek
gaan
dink
definitief
net die laaste punt van my kant af. Dis baie belangrik. As jy iets wil doen, dan moet repetisie wees.
Ja.
Byvoorbeeld, ek kan nie in 'n kar klim en besluit ek gaan van hier af Bloemfontein toe ry as ek gister my lisensie gekry het. You need to build up your capacity. And that's the same in a line-out, referring to that with the hookers. How many tail balls did you throw in the wind during the week? Maybe 3 or 4. I don't know how much time, we can go into that in detail, how much time, the breakdown of the training and those type of things. But the stuff that's second nature, when you are under pressure, when you are tired, as jy mense sponono hier agter jou sing, what are you going to do with the stuff that is second nature within you? And that's what we see when we're in the box. We can see, I can see the back ball, it's not going to work. And now it's an overthrow, the opposition get into the vacuum, and the rest is history. So it's so important. The stuff that you can do well, make sure you do that. If you're good at the front ball, do it. If you're good at the forehand, do it. But look at your profile and stick to that, because that's at the end of the day the thing that's going to make you successful.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I want to say while we end of Coaches Corner, is that die coaches moet meer jy het jou way van dinge doen, die way jy graag wil rugby speel, die way jy graag jy wil jou spelers met rugby speel. Soms is jou spelers nie opgewasse om daai game te speel.
Wow.
So you need to be able to play towards your player strengths.
Your profile, ja.
Ek het 'n coaching philosophy van attacking, running rugby. But daai core values, daai core skills moet nog altyd daar wees. En as 'n speler dit het, I need to change. So dit kom by jou punt. You know, I need to grow. So kyk 'n bietjie daarna. Ek weet dis Dinsdag aan. Die manne het nou al klaar geoefen. Daai serieus groot kontak sessies. Donderdag is ja nee, koppelstamp. Donderdag is captains run. Maar kyk 'n bietjie hierna en laat weet ons. Ons gaan nou 'n bietjie na ons volgende highlights klip toe en nog groot games. Dis die Overberg Darlings wat ons nou gaan kyk. Want Hoston het gaan kuier by Sint Helena en had iets in Darling gebeur. Maar die Canola boys oor smile. Check die.
'n Goeie skram en is weer Steven. Hy soek aansluiting. Hy kry weer die kant aan Makkies. Hy soek aansluiting. En sy fight in Keanu Williams. As hy daar. As Keanu Williams. Hy's daar. As Kater aan die 3. Vier in die hande van Pleitjies. Hy soek die gaatjie, dis Boland. Oh, hy was vorentoe verloor. En Sint Helena op die aanval. Hulle gee hom wyd daar. Hilario Telmakkies. Steeds op sy voete. Sint Helena hier op die aanval. 2 meter van die doellyn af. Hier kom die hande van die kaptein. Jeffries, aansluiting nommer 8. As hy waar, hy's waar. Hier kom hy weer uit. Hilano. Steeds aan sy hande. Hier kom Sint Helena. Hy's aan die hoek, die nommer 14. Hy trek hom. Die nommer 14. Hilario Telmakkies. Stadige bal af. Pleitjies. Goeie loopie daar so. Hostel op die aanval, Pleitjies. Tennyson. Hy gee feit. Oktober. Mooi gevat. Die bal is nog steeds binne. Mooi gedoen daar die Oktober. Weg die spandiel skree die kant vanaf. Speel wyd. Tennyson. Tetluisman. As hy die aansluiting. Hier is die man, wyd die spandiel. As hy waar. Hy trek hom. Vas die skeieregter. Hy was spelers. Opgetel as die nommer 6 as hy oor. Pleitjies vir hom. 4 pleitjies. Ban die kaptein. Hy trek hom. Brendan Hunter, die kaptein van Hoston met 'n stortsterm loopie wat hom sal ingooi. Admakot hy's uit sê hulle. En ja, dan van Sint Helena, hier kom hulle direk in die lijn, hy is ook aansluiting. Hy gee hom, as hy nummer 14. Het hom, hy het hom. En weer die hande van die 13. Djelren, Koenraad, Bodenstraal.
Toch is dit nou weer die skrim wat sal plaasvind en dis Botha wat die bal ingooi daar in die skrim. Wat daai steelkant toe gaan. In die hande daar so van die buitesenter wat nou reguit maak, dele gapen. Wat gaan hy maak? Hy stap weg en hy's onder die pale. Laat die pale, dit is daar so. As 'n pragtige loopie daar die heel agter Lorenzo Swart. Nog steeds besit wat uitgeoefen word daar so deur hulle. Ja, vir die kragmanne wat daar vorentoe beer. Wat nou swakkerige al gee daar gee maar tog in die hande daar van Louskut. Gaan die bal agtertoe uitkom. Wat sê skeieregter sê? Eerste bal op die bal is Darling wat besit afneem. Darling wat nou sou wegkom. Wow, wie kan die hande daar van die heel agter? Ja, maar kom die mense op Rosal Daniels wat gaan hy maak? En naartoe. En die hande van die regtervleuel. En die hande. Regtervleuel. Hy gaan nou vir sy heel agter Daniels. Wat gaan hy maak? Hy gaan voor op plek. En hy is weer. En die hoekie. Pragtige 3 daar so deur die heel agter. Louis wat vorentoe trek. Wat maak hy? Dit lyk goed. Yes, dit is pragtig. Bal wat hoog geskop word, gaan op 10. Die wind wat die bal mooi terugtrek. In die hande van die buitensenter, JP Abrams. Wat lekker aftrap. Sit die bal op die voet. Wat gaan hy maak? Gaan die bal vir hom regop? In die hande. Oh! En hy is weer! Bal wat regop. Bal wat regop. In die hande. Pragtige 3. Seker maak hy weet waar toe om te mik. Hy trek los. Wat gaan hy maak? Die bal wat inswaai. En dit is pragtig. Weer daar die Simskakel Samuels wat die bal die hande gooi. Weer eens in die hande daar van die slot. Waar sy hom kan skieligter sy nee speel aan. Nou is dit in die plaasvervangers die nommer 19 se hande. En dit is al 3. Hulle terug in die kragmeting. Wat gaan gebeur? Bal wat nou gevoer is voorgevat daarso. In die hande daarso. Deur die hande gegooi. Nou word die bal mooi opgevat daarso deur Dramat wat nou vasgevat is. Bal wat weer stil kan toe kom in die hande van Clarence van Wyk. In die hande daarso van Lorenzo Sma. In die hande is hy weg. Is dit die Hendry? In die hande daar van die regtervleuel. Stanley Frans. Yes, hoor. Dat is seker dat die Hendry. Stanley Frans. Oh, hy kon steel die krag.
Well, we're back. That was, of course, St. Helena Bay and Austin and Caledon and Darling. Caledon coming away 31-24. Lekker wen, 2 wenne nou al vir Caledon also. En as ons kyk na die full results, we're just going to pop it up on your screen as well, the full results. St. Helena Bay 27 points to 19 over Austin. Westbank, of course, 39-31 against Citrusdal. Rangers Robertson losing out to Roses at home. That was on SABC Sports, 19-13. And then, of course, 24 points to 31 as you saw Caledon beating Darling away. Montague, of course, losing to Saldanha Bay. Saldanha getting a 5-pointer there. JP 46 points to 32. And, of course, in the other game, and that was the early kickoff at 2 p.m. We had Bella Vista going to Clanwilliam and getting all the spoils, 33-27. Action-packed week we had in the top 12. Het was 'n naweek waar som van die spanne letterlik hulle moes wen, JP, om lewendig te bly in die kompetisie.
Ja, ek dink wat baie belangrik is peaking. When did you peak? Or when are you peaking? And I think it's so important to peak at the right time. If you look at Caledon and Westbank, both winning 2 games now. So it's so important for the other teams. Let's hope they didn't peak yet, or for Caledon and for Westbank still getting their stride. Because
Or too early.
Or too early.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Even if you look at different spaces, World Cups, and even if you look at the Springboks losing the first game, eventually going on to winning, there's a lot of these trends and history, Hershey. History always tends to repeat itself, so it's super important. Let's hope these guys didn't peak too early and they've got enough depth, because without depth, there's a couple of challenges that can pop up.
Definitely a lot of challenges, indeed, but you know, at the end of the day for me, it's like these teams are gonna have to produce on a weekly basis. Dis nie ek likes wat Delicious van Delicious Solution gesê het. Ons is nie net hier om die groep vol te maak nie. Ons is hier om te kompeteer. En ons het gekom na die party toe. Ek was verlede week natuurlik op die Caledon game, kon ek sien die ouens kan speel. En ek was al voorheen in Clanwilliam vir hulle en vir Citrusdal dopgehou. En dit was absolutely fantasties om te sien die level van competitiveness wat ook in die Noordweste is, man. So almal die spanne kan goeie rugby speel. Maar wat ek wel opgelet het, daar's 'n klomp unforced errors wat al die teame bietjie kniehalter.
Ja, ek dink vir my wat baie belangrik is, Boland 213 clubs, narrowed down to 12 eventually, top 12. But the competitiveness within 10 points, within 8 points, within 3 points, 4 points. So that for me is super important. But as you said, I think a lot of these teams are a bit older. Maybe the fitness levels or the fatigue, because they've been playing the whole year. And now the body and the conditioning is not up there. Now they get to the last 5, 10, 20 minutes of the game when the pressure's on, and because you're not used to training under pressure, now you need to produce, you need to perform. The banter's going in the week, the crowd is singing, the TV's there, the commentators are there, and now you need to produce. But as you said, there's unforced errors. So there's a couple of things that play a role, and then obviously weather conditions, which I'm always going to get back to this, because how do you train and how do you play? You need to make sure that in the week, you need to do your prep and your planning and your analysis for the weekend, because that will determine the conditions. And if you train in certain conditions and the game has been played under different conditions, you're gonna have a challenge.
But adapting to that, it all comes down to psychology as well. En is baie belangrik die siege van 'n rugby speler. Dink mense sal dit nooit kan verstaan nie. Want jy oefen in 'n sekere condition. Ek weet nie, Kelliden, Leon, julle manne oefen seker elke dag in die wind nie. Yes, so julle het nou wind getrotseer in die top 12.
Hoopelik is hulle nie wind gehad nie.
Die hoe ek gesien die bande, as dit hy en Miller wat teen mekaar is die week, maar natuurlik ons gaan dan kom by daai fixes later. Op die einde van die dag die saakie van die players, die ouens wil wees, die ouens wil kompeteer. Maar natuurlik daar's 'n groot mental aspek wat gepaard gaan met top 12 rugby. Want nie net moet jy kan dink op jou voete nie, veral op die veld. Soos jy sê, die situation change. And you need to adapt as a player. En as jy nie adapt nie, jy's buite in die water, bro.
Because just a simple example. Let's say the wind conditions is fine. Perfect, amazing sunset, great weather conditions. Now there's wind. Your passing changes.
Yeah.
You can't play long passes. Like your short passes change, your line out changes, your kicking game.
Yeah.
Your kicking game changes. So what happens now? And all of those, and then a spanner in the wheel. I know we speak about water breaks and it's hot. Let's say for 2 days there's rain in the Boland on a Friday and a Saturday.
Yeah.
How did you prep? Did you train with balls in the water? What happened to that? Because let's say it happens. Once again, adaptability, the team adapting, the coach that preps the best. So for me, planning is super important, as you can hear. But for the people and the teams that plan the best, that also plays a massive role with the psyche, as you said.
Yes, very important. Want very important information wat ek nou met julle gaan deel. Ons gaan na die Group A standings toe. We'll focus on the Group A standings first. We need to look at this log. Ek wil net vir almal remind dat die top 2 teams gaan deur na die semi-finals toe. So currently, soos julle kan sien, Group A se standings na 2 games, Wesbank top of the log daar 10 points, 22 plus 22 points difference. Dat points difference kan ook 'n baie groot impak maak op die logs. St Helena, Rangers, Robertson, Houston, Roses en dan Citrusdal. Citrusdal wat ook hulle kan nog steeds hulle naam in die hoed gooi daar, JP, want al het hulle 2 games verloor. Hulle sit op 3 punte en ja, Roses en Houston is 'n punt voor hulle. So is baie interessante groep daar. Daar's nog baie aan die gang.
Ja, ek dink elke punt speel 'n rol, speel tot die einde. Ons het die wedstryd gedoen in die naweek waar hulle gegaan het vir 'n strafskop. Hulle was 9 punte verskil. Toe gaan hulle vir die strafskop. Soos hulle 6 punte verskil en toe kom hulle terug. So, well done op baie coaches vir daai beplanning.
Yeah.
Want kom jy druk jy 3 af wen jy die game, maar as jy nou gegaan het vir die 7 punte, dis 19-10, nou kry jy nie die bonuspunte, dan gaan jy huis toe met niks. Jy het die petrol uitgery, jy het hard geoefen, jy het jou opgesuig, maar jy gaan huis toe met niks punte nie. So ek dink dis was Citrusdal, well done vir hulle. Van hulle kom aan mekaar weg met punte.
En dis hoe dit is daar in die Group A standings, die top 2. Die game wat JP van praat is natuurlik die ander wedstryd wat in Wellington was en soos ek gesê het, net voor ons gaan na die Group B standings toe, is baie belangrik. Punte op die tellbord en scoreboard pressure is baie belangrik in die game.
Nee, 'n scoreboard pressure speel so 'n groot rol, want in daai wedstryd veral, Roses het gespeel. Roses het aangeval. Roses se vaste fasette, die set piece was amazing. Hulle het gemol, hulle het gedomineer en toe draai die momentum en geel kaarte kom. Yes. Momentum draai
5 in een game.
Yes. Geel kaarte kom, besluitneming kom en rugby gaan oor momentum. Veral met die wind. as jy die wind het, ek het met een van die Rose spelers gepraat oor die vorige wedstryd, toe sê hulle het saam met die wind gespeel eerste helfte, maar nie genoeg punt op die bord gekry nie. Toe hulle terugkom en teen die wind speel, obviously, toe het hulle bietjie in die kortkant getrek, so dis so belangrik, daai momentum, daai geel kaarte, daai dissipline, en dissipline is iets wat ons te min oor praat, Ashi. Dissipline in die tyd van die kompetisie is super belangrik.
Ja, en die dissipline is wat jy moet hou, en 'n span wat baie gedissiplineerd is top in die groep B standings, en dit is natuurlik Caledon op 9 punte, Saldanha op 7 na daai groot wen, en natuurlik die 2 punte wat hulle gekry het vir daai draw teen Darling. Bella Vista, wat hulle rekening kom oopmaak het hierso in die bank van die top 12, lekker wen daar vir Delicious, natuurlik Montetjie en Darling in die 4de en 5de plek, en dan Delicious wat op 1 punt daaronder is. Bietjie hartseer vir die manne van Klein Willem, goed gespeel in Caledon, goed gespeel verlede week ook, kon dit net nie deurdruk nie, maar is die manne van Caledon, hulle smile nou. Twee wenne agter mekaar, is ook nie maklik om te gaan wen in Darling nie.
Ja, ek dink, take the points on offer, van die punte, want jy weet nooit wat gebeur, jy weet wat gebeur volgende weekie. Wat se spandag op die dag? Wat se besluitneming word gemaak? Wat se weerskondisie? So, kry die punt op die bord, soos jy gesê het, en kom ons praat van ligapunte. Want dit help nie, jy kry 'n punt op die bord, maar jy kry nie die wen of jy kry nie die ligapunte nie. So vir Leon hulle, en ook so vir Saldanha, wat nou 7 punte het. Dis nog 'n oop groep, maar ek dink op die einde van die dag, om punt op die bord te kry, ligapunte, is nou baie belangrik, want jy wil in 'n goeie posisie wees, en jy wil jou spelers kan bestuur. You want to manage your players. Because player management is so important. It's no use you push week in, week out. Daar kom die semifinaal.
En dus, ek gaan vir JP moet stop, because daai is ons 'n topic vir Coaches Corner volgende week. Lucian is terug, so ek, JP en Lucian gaan 'n bietjie gesels op player welfare en player management, veral na so 'n lang seisoen. Die spelers in die Boland natuurlik, hulle speel home and away. In WP word ons 'n bietjie gespoil deur net 'n 15 team league te hê. Jy weet, jy speel net elke span 1 keer en dan gaan die playoffs toe. So dit is baie taaf. So volgende week gaan ons 'n bietjie gesels op player welfare. Ons het gedag weer gesels oor die Mols natuurlik, so gooi hy comments daarso. But ons moet aangaan met die show. Baie verkorte show. Ons moet gaan na die fixtures toe vir ronde 3, third round fixtures. Natuurlik die vroeg game, en ek gaan vra vir permutations hierso vanaand van my kenner en my analyst en my prouie langs aan my brouie langs aan my ook. JP, Houston teen Rangers Robertson. Natuurlik 2 uur is daai game live op OpenView, en natuurlik is op Sport. Wat gebeur in daai game?
Ja, ek dink Houston, baie goeie tweede helfte span, as ook Rangers. So wat ek gesien het van Rangers, ja, in die vaste fasette kan hulle miskien 'n bietjie lol, daar's gapping miskien vir Houston, maar Houston is ook 'n baie uitgewasse span, 'n slim span. So dit gaan baie interessant wees, as Rangers genoeg van die balbesit kan kry, soos ons wel gesien het, dan is hulle baie gevaarlik. Maar as Houston wat 'n baie goeie vaste faset het, soos ons ook gepraat het vroeër, as hulle die vaste faset kan domineer, en ek gaan nog 'n spanner ingooi. Dissipline, ek gaan dit aan mekaar sê, dissipline, geel kaarte, want as ek teen jou speel en net 1 of 2 manne op die stoutstoel, en ek kan vir jou domineer by die setpiece, dan is daar probleme. So, as Rangers hulle dissipline hou, en die balbesit kan hou, en Houston op die agtervoet sit, kan dit naby raak, maar ek sal sê, Houston vir nou, unless, ja, iets op die dag kan gebeur, maar ek dink Houston kan dit deurtrek.
Ek gaan nie my opinie gee nie, want ek is stuck between a rock and a hard place with die game. Godfrey Matinka en sy manne daar, Brendan Hunter, lei van voor af by Houston, maar natuurlik Rangers Robertson, baie verlief geraak daar op Robertson se mense, en die gees van hoe hulle rugby speel, en hoe hulle team support, so gaan ook baie groot faktor wees. Maar nietemin ons beweeg aan Roses en Westbank in die eerste van groot games. Al die games is groot. Maar Hierdie naweek is die permutations bietjie different, want Roses het nou gewen, en nou speel hulle Wesbank, wat on vorm is, 2 agter mekaar, beide huis op vegkoppie. Wat gebeur in die game?
So, Wesbank het 'n baie goeie skram. Dit het ons gesien week in week uit. Wesbank het 'n baie goeie skram, maar Roses, goeie afrigterspan. Hulle is baie goeie detail. Hulle attention to detail is baie goed. Ek dink ja, so dit gaan baie naby wees. Ek dink as Wesbank kan domineer soos hulle wel gedomineer het. As daar 'n span is wat hulle kan teenstaan, is dit Roses, dink ek, in die vaste skrams. So dan sal ons moet begin kyk na die agterspelers. En ek dink ja, daar kan dit 'n bietjie triekie raak, maar ek dink miskien Wesbank moenie vir hulle weggooi nie.
Oeh, tight one. Ek wil nog net 'n special mention gee vir die mees ervare waterboy wat ek nog ooit in my lewe gesien het. Hallo my vriend. Bly maar by die Cavaliers as kaptein, jong. Die feit dat jy water dra my maat, jy lyk te lus om my veld te vat.
Die manne was opgewonde al langs die veld gewees. Ons gaan my nie sê wie nie, daar's 'n paar manne wat op en af gespring het.
Hulle was daai manne gekeer dan, maar dis so lekker in klub rugby in die Boland. Dit is baie gesond vir almal die negatiewe naysayers en whatever. Guys, gaan na een van die top 12 games toe. Die rugby is gesond in die Boland. Citrusdal St Helena.
Ja, Citrusdal St Helena, ek dink St Helena het goeie balans daar. Ek sal vir hulle back.
Saldanha Delicious.
Sure, Saldanha Delicious. I think Deliciously Saldanha will maybe come through there. Huidiglik op huidige vorm wat ek gesien het van hulle. Ja, kom ons kyk, maar soos ek so op die dag is dit maar moeilik, maar ek dink Saldanha op huidige vorm miskien as hulle dit wil hê, want as hulle dit nou gaan vat hier dan raak dit 'n bietjie moeilik. So kom ons, ek dink miskien Saldanha kan hom kon vat.
Battle of a few big boys there, John van der Ven, Emil Boysen en dan natuurlik die Okkies broers van Delicious. Absolutely fantasties. Montague en Darling is game in Montague, SABC Sports live on Open View. En moenie vergeet die hoogtepunte is 12:00. Is lekker om vir ons te sien op die TV so 12:00 op 'n Sondag, maar nietemin Montague, Darling natuurlik 'n draw, verloor by huis. Hulle moet punte aanteken. Montague hou wen vir Bella away, verloor teen Saldanha. Speel teen Darling die week.
Ja, ek dink daar's 'n ou tuin Randall by Montetjie wat baie goeie rugby speel die flank en dan sien ek ook op die social media Loos het sy skoppe geoefen die week. So sou moet kyk wat daar gebeur.
Dis JP wat so sê, ek het niks gesê nie.
So ja, kom ons kyk man. Ek dink eers is so belangrik ervare spelers man in die tye. En vir my is so goed om te sien dat 'n ou soos dit nog in die klub rugby betrokke is.
Ja.
Goeie ervaring. Ek meen ek het saam gespeel, teen hom gespeel. Baie goeie karakter ook. So op die dag, weer eens, ek dink as Darling in die regte areas van die veld kan speel en die regte besluite kan maak, soos ek sê, maar ou soos Tuin wat die manne goed dra op die einde van die dag. So kom ons kyk. Hulle sê die wedstryd word altyd voorgewen.
Yeah.
In die Boland nie altyd nie. In die Boland word die wedstryd gewen op die counter attack.
Yeah.
So kom ons kyk.
Al wat ook die skuif gemaak het inside center toe vir die game Saterdag. So lyk my daar's lekker om my secondary pivot te hê.
Daar's 'n kinkel in die kabel.
Ja. Ek glo ek weet nie net, skus julle. Ons gaan 'n bietjie off topic hier want ons nog een game om oor te praat, maar ek het altyd geglo as 'n coach hou ek van hy 2 fly-halves basically binne in my backline. Big burly playmaker inside center. Aaron Major style wat ook 10 kan speel verstaan jy en dan net jou fly of jou general.
Vroeger jare dink het ek daar begin.
Ja, so ek dink dis iets wat in die game verlore gegaan het met daai groot buffel inside centers wat nou net flat balls kry en help deur. Ek dink dit 'n bietjie verlore gegaan because in games soos die ek het Saterdag weer gesien hoe effektief dit is as 'n fly of die lyn aanvat. En as op die flat, hy vat hom flat aan en as effectively nog 'n playmaker op hy 12 channel. Brilliant.
So ek dink is so belangrik, soos hulle sal sê in Engels, to keep your defender honest. As jy flat speel, hy 10 flat speel, wat gebeur met die verdediging? Hulle moet sit, hulle kan nie skuif nie. En Ek dink wat jy ook, hoekom jy ook hou van hy 12 is kommunikasie. Ek sê dit vir my boys altyd, communication is a skill, kommunikasie is 'n vaardigheid. So dis so belangrik om daai vaardigheid aan te hits en te werk, veral later in die wedstryd en daai kommunikasie op aanvalling en op verdediging. En daai 12 as hy kan praat en kan organiseer en daai tipe goedjies met die balverspreiding soos jy kan sê, kan die bal vinniger by die vleuel kom. So ek dink dis baie belangrik.
Praat van vaardighede. Bente is 'n baie groot vaardigheid. En op die oomblik is die twee spanne wat die meeste bente vir mekaar gooi, Bella Vista en natuurlik Caledon. Dit is die laaste wedstryd wat ons nog gaan praat. Caledon wat bietjie gaan kuier daar in Sierra se wêreld. Groot game die naweek?
Ja, definitief. Ek dink Bella, as Bella se ondersteuners die omvat hulle het, as hulle ry na die veld toe kan bring, gaan hulle wen. Maar Caledon, ek dink op huidige vorm doen hulle ook baie goed. So hopelik is daar nie veel beserings of so nie. So ek dink ja, kom ons kyk, dit gaan 'n interessante een wees.
En dan net laastens voor ons groet, sien dat ons nou by die fixtures deur was. Ons moet natuurlik kyk na die top 12 span van die week, the team of the week for round 2 of the Boland top 12. I'm going to run through the names and yeah, you let us know exactly what you think of this team, because this is a team that's been selected by the commentary teams at the games. Just like the Man of the Match awards is being chosen by the commentary teams. It's totally unbiased. It's down the middle. This is how we call it. This is how we've seen it. So we'll start in the forwards, and we'll have JP get the forwards for us going. Meanwhile, while you have a look at this team before JP runs through it, go to clubrugbylive.co.za right now. That's clubrugbylive.co.za. Our website is up and running. We've got all sorts of different features on there. It's there's an action button, there's a services button, there's a tours button. Go and check it out. But team of the week, before we get to all those credits, we'll start with the forwards.
Yeah, so number 1 is Clarence van Wyk. Clarence van Wyk's Caledon there, and then we've got Thurston Zimmery, number 2, and then the tight end prop Ayub Murat, and then the 4 lock is Daniel Tem, 5 is John Samuels, number 6 Gareth Gertze, number 7 Francois Adam, and then on number 8 a bit of a positional switch there, but the man himself, Marco Jones.
Yeah, he was fantastic on Saturday, bro. Yeah, I know he normally plays as a 6, but we've selected him at 8, and why is that, JP?
Yeah, no, in terms of ball carrying abilities, keeping defenders honest and busy, and then obviously as a fetcher as well, he can do his job, but he was really a beast, and we had to just somehow make plays for him and reward him. There's some other 8s that did very well as well. But in terms of Marco, he was just a machine.
Yeah, his captain was also fantastic, Siva Pariaki. We'll go to the backs, and the man of the match in the Roses game just misses out there because Cameron Plaatjes had a fantastic game as well for the men from down under in the OVB. So that's great. Destin Valman is the fly off. Mac John Daniels. Yeah, what can I say about this guy? This guy is absolutely fire. Dalvin Koenraad is his center mate there in the middle of the field. And then, of course, the back three. We went with Burton Boyson, Jared Manis, and then at 15, second week in a row,
Mr. Man of the Match.
Lorenzo Swartz. 2 weeks in a row. You know what? There's been questions about what do you call the fullback from Caledon? En ek wil graag op daai vraag antwoord. Want daar 180,000 mense het daai vraag gesien. Lorenzo Swartz is what you call a cavalier if he keeps doing what he's doing
Cavalier in the making?
week in and week out. That's my personal opinion. This guy can do everything from kicking a ball at post to kicking into distance, into a wind, and I've seen this.
Sure.
And kick it out. So his team sets up a line-out. He can attack into space. He can attack with no space. He's just an all-around baller. And that's why, once again, he was man of the match in this game and why he's in our team of the week. So well done to everybody. And of course, our team of the week, captain once again by the victorious Clarence van Wyk. Well, that's the top 12 show. Done and dusted for this week. JP, once again, thank you for joining me in the hot seat. Het is altyd lekker om saam met jou hier te wees en dan natuurlik sien ons uit na die naweek en die uitsendings. Gepraat van voor ek vir JP beurt gee om tot ziens te sê there's going to be top 18 and top 14 action this week as well. We hope to bring you the action not only on Club Rugby Live but also at our other broadcast partners as well this weekend. But stay tuned to our social media pages for that. You can check us out at Club Rugby Live. And that's of course on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, you name it. We've got it. Hit that like button right here on Facebook. Hit that notification button as well and do the same on YouTube. But JP, thanks for joining me. Absolutely fantastic as always, brother.
No, thank you very much, Hershey. I think just good luck to all the coaches. People forget what these guys go through prep and planning. So coaches, I feel you. Good luck out there. And then also just the website. I think you mentioned the website previously. So yeah, please go there. And yeah, it was amazing being here and just chatting about the game we love.
For the love of the game. All pun intended on that one. We want to say thank you to our amazing team at Rhino Productions. Go and Google them. Go and Google them. Trust me. They will lighten up your entire world. So Mike and Sue and everybody involved there, absolutely fantastic stuff. All of you, hit that comments and let's see what next week's show has in store in terms of what you guys want to see and what you guys are saying in the comments. Don't forget, like JP says, clubrugbylive.co.za. That's the place to be. Check it out. And until next week, it's bye-bye for now.